Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way. Sorry for the late stream. A lot of things happened, so I didn't know I was going to do a preview today. But yeah, here we are. Better late than never, right? I mean, we're nearly into to Sunday, but you know what? We're here. Going to be a bit of a short and sweet stream. Because we know tomorrow's going to be the big one. We're going to have to watch along for that. Not sure what the time's going to be yet, but check out our Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff to keep yourself updated for when we're going live or when we're publishing pre-recorded videos and stuff. So yeah, big game against Man City. Is it a game to test the nerves? Yes, it's a game to test us Man United fans' nerves. To be honest with you, there's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of confident United fans, and listen, there's no harm in being confident, right? There's no harm in being confident. If I suppose I'm a United fan, obviously, and I'm looking at our recent games. You look at. Oh, I know. Listen, a lot of people are looking at Brighton beat us, Brentford slapped us, but then we went into a Liverpool game after those two, after Brentford, after getting slapped, and we were like, I think it's not going to be. We were like, we're gonna get slapped, and we were hoping, we were all like, oh, if we get a draw out of this game, we'd be more than happy, and we got 2 goals. One Sancho and then Rashford, and then obviously Salah got Liverpool back in it, but luckily enough, Man United held out the last 10-15 minutes and got the 3 points. So, and then we went to play Arsenal. A lot of people, again, predicting United a loss or a draw. A lot of draws for tomorrow. And listen, you're going to get a lot of, Man City, Man United fans predicting their sides to win. My prediction, I'm going to, it's hard to know. Obviously, listen, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk a bit about Manchester United, a bit about Man City, strengths, weaknesses, team news, see what Ten Hag has confirmed. But we will start off with Man City, and supposedly John Stones is out for the game on Sunday. So, John Stones, thing is about City these days, they have good replacements. Like John Stones is out. You have what's his face, Akanji, or Akanji, Laporte, Nathan Ake, and Ruben Diaz. But Ruben Diaz he'd start alongside Stones or Laporte. So, I'm not too worried. With John Stones out, City have the best squad depth probably in the Premier League. If you look at United's squad depth, like we have Martial, you could throw Alanga in there. If my predicted 11, you'd have Garnacho, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, and then City's is good. City has a good squad depth. Akanji, Laporte, all right, they're a bit left back, right back. They're a bit what's the word I'm looking for? They haven't got many full backs like Manchester United. Left back Luke Shaw and Malacia. Manchester United right back, left back Luke Shaw, Malacia. Right back Diogo Dalot, Wan-Bissaka. So far Malacia and Dalot are making sure to cement those positions in the full back role, and I'm kind of happy. If I was, Luke Shaw had an okay not international break with England. He scored a goal against Germany. I wouldn't say it was, it was a just about goal. It was past the line by a mile. So yeah, and yes, I'm gonna go through the full squad depth, because and head to head and stuff, because this is a game that has a lot of things about it. It doesn't matter. I feel like it doesn't matter where you are in the league. This game is always going to be a tight one. Like when we play Liverpool at Arsenal, it doesn't matter where you are in the league. When this game comes up, both teams are going to live up to it. And that's what I hope happens tomorrow. Both teams live up to it. Manchester United coming into this game. We haven't played a Premier League game, and I suppose you could say a month nearly. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games that we have to play. With Palace game was postponed, and the Leeds one, the City game was just a game you could not. Man United City, it's a game you just could not postpone. So yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to City squad depth here. So they have goalkeepers, Stefan Ortega, who's German, Ederson, who's mostly their starting goalie, who's Brazilian, Scott Carson, how old is this fella? He's 37, just turned 37 in September. Defenders, they have Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Joao Cancelo, Aymeric Laporte, Manuel Akanji, Rico Lewis and Josh Wilson as brand, but if you look to Kyle Walker to Akanji, that's it. And City only have Walker and Cancelo, who can be fullbacks. So I suppose you could say the fullbacks role, they're not lucky. Defenders, yeah. I mean, John Stone's out tomorrow, so you'll probably have Diaz or Ake, Diaz or Akanji, Diaz or Laporte. You could easily put in Calvin Phillips in there, but he's injured. So, I mean, we'll move into their midfield as well. We're here. They have Calvin Phillips, who I think is going to be out for tomorrow's game. I'm not too sure. We didn't go. Pep hasn't really talked much about that. But anyways, they have Gundogan, who's good. Jack Grealish, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Sergio. Yeah, that was it. Sergio Gomez, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, and Yangel Herrera. So yeah, midfielders very strong. De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Danger Man, Rodri as well. That's, I guess, in City you're going to have in that midfield Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. And you easy put Phil Foden on the wings maybe, and Riyad Mahrez. You don't know. City just have such a good. That I hate to say it, I'm not going to talk about City too much because we are going to move on to Manchester United, but their squad depth, their team is strong. Then up top, Riyad Mahrez. Forwards, Julian Alvarez, Riyad Mahrez, and the Danger Man, who is Haaland. So yeah, it's. I think Haaland's definitely the Danger Man for tomorrow. I mean, Ten Hag gets said today in his press conference that we're not playing Haaland, we're playing Man City, and I mean that's a pretty kind of. I mean, yeah, he is right, but like you're what? Am I not a player going into tomorrow's game, and you're a defender, or you're the Gea, or defenders, if you're Manchester United's defense, you're thinking to yourself, just keep Haaland quiet. Just keep Haaland quiet. Who do you put on Haaland? Do you put the tallest man, or do you put the quickest man? Varane, who's quick but slow. Then you have Lisandro Martinez, who's small but fast and strong, I will admit. I mean, so is Varane. Who are you going to go for? You're going to go for the nice guy who will still take it out of the game, or the little shit who's Martinez? Martinez is a little shit, but he's our little shit. So that's what we like about him. So who can we throw onto Haaland? I mean, listen, it's probably going to be the same back five. The hating goals, Malacia, Varane, Lisandro Martinez, and Diogo Dalot. That'll be the back five, but who knows? I mean, Maguire's out, thank God. I still think if Maguire was City, wouldn't have started him. Thing is, about Haaland, usually with players that are tall, they're slow, but Haaland is tall, fast, and strong. So, and he's young as well, so he's definitely not one to mess about with. So you definitely, I mean, I wish we had like someone strong, tall, to throw onto Haaland and keep him there. I mean, you can't really man mark because then you're literally going to be playing with nearly 10 men. If you man mark Haaland, which is probably very hard to do, then you're going to take that's going to leave you with 10 men. So, and then City are good on the counter. Their football is brilliant. I mean, Man United's football is improving as well. So we're kind of on a transition here. Manchester United on a transition. So City are just that City. City you'll see tomorrow is the City you'll see maybe until Pep is still around. With Ten Hag, we're starting to see. I'm hoping we'll start to see more Ten Hag football come in because he has been fairly well. I like the way Ten Hag is playing his football. That's why a lot of United fans wanted him because it's the way he plays his football, the players he brings in, the connection he has in the dressing room with the players, and the players have a good relationship with each other and the manager. Everything is good. But I mean, yeah, Manchester United squad basically is David De Gea in goals, Tommy Heaton, Martin Dubravka, and the young lad Radek Vitek. Then you have defenders Victor Lindelof, Phil Jones, Harry Maguire, Lissandro Martinez, Tyrell Malacia, Rafael Varane, Diogo Dalot, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Brandon Williams, Axel Tuanzebe, and Menji, and some other little fella called Tyler Fredrickson. Lindelof, not good enough. Jones, don't have to say anything about him. Maguire, again, don't have to say much about him. So if you take them three over, it's going to leave you with Martinez, Malacia, Varane, Dalot, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Brandon Williams, Tuanzebe, and Menji. Menji barely gets game time these days anyway. So then you predict Martinez, Malacia, Varane. That's taken 4. So our squad depth, even in defence, is rubbish. Definitely. It's not the best. It could be better. That's the thing with my squad depth. It could be better. I would have liked it if we signed a few players in pre-season in the summer to improve that defence. Because as much as Martinez is at that defence is doing well, I mean it's you still worry. You still worry when you come up against an Arsenal, a Chelsea, a Liverpool, a Man City, because you can't forget a fright. And with Man United's defence last season, that was a big fright. That was a scare. And us United fans think in the back of our head, especially going into tomorrow's game, City will just run at United's. Martinez, I feel like he'll do it. He'll put a shift in, but will it be good enough? I hope so. You look at when we played Liverpool and Arsenal, Jesus and Firmino, not tall. They're tall, but Martinez could fairly handle them. So I really think tomorrow's game is a bigger test for our team than the Liverpool game was. Because this is Man City we're on about. They can throw on as many players as you want to, because their squad depth is still good. It's basically like for like. Which for United, if you play Rashford, you're going to have Sancho on the bench. If you play Sancho, you're going to have Rashford on the bench. Obviously, you could replace Anthony, but I think tomorrow's game, you need pace and someone to cut inside. And Anthony, our wingers are pretty fast with Sancho, Rashford, Alanga. No, he's not going to play. And Anthony, that's pretty good. It's hard to know. Manchester United know how to make us proud, and I don't think we haven't got a performance from Man United this season where you look at it and say, "Whoa, that was such a classic Man United performance." We haven't got that yet. You've gotten great performances, but we haven't got a performance that you look at and say, "My God, there's something good coming." And I'm hoping tomorrow. I'm not saying our last few games are bad. We played very well, but I think we're improving more than getting worse. Which at the start of the season I thought we're getting worse. We're all like, how worse can we get? I mean, if we lose against Man City tomorrow by 1 or 2 goals, you'll be like, okay, fair enough. But that'll only be if you look at the performance and say, all right, you know what? It wasn't a bad performance. We did well. We put a shift in. City were just a better team on the day. City had the stronger man on the better day. And I know I did say at the start that Ten Hag said we're not playing Haaland, we're playing Man City. But De Bruyne, whoever plays on the flanks, they're going to put the ball into Haaland. Boom. So that's why I think that it's either, if you're going to play either Casemiro or McTominay in that midfield tomorrow, you're going to have to make sure he stays on top of Haaland. I'm not saying Martinez and Varane aren't able for him, but again, you with the ball in, Haaland's there. I mean, look at the goal he scored against Dortmund. That was set up for a heady, and he literally jumped up, foot, literally just bang. If you watch the goal back, you see what I mean. That man can score from anywhere. He doesn't care. That's why he's so good. That's why City. I mean, listen, City could turn up. Let's be real here. Have City got tested? I don't think. I mean, if you look at City's last few games, their last 5, Newcastle they drew. They beat Palace 4-2. They beat Nottingham Forest 6-0. They drew 1-1 against Aston Villa and they beat Wolves 3-0. That's not really much competition. Then Manchester United, our last 5, lost against Brentford 4-0, beat Liverpool 2-1, beat Southampton, which wasn't easy 1-0, beat Leicester, which again wasn't easy 1-0, and we beat Arsenal 3-1. City haven't got tested. But then again, does that make a difference? I mean, City could come in. City could have the last weekend or the weekend before last, whenever football was allowed to be played, you'd be looking, City coming into this game, that they beat Liverpool, they beat Arsenal. Boom, they're ready. And then if we had City's form, some people be saying, but Manchester United haven't got tested. That's what I think anyways. If we had City's last 5 games and we won them the exact same way as City, people be like, all right, yeah. Then look at City's ones, they played Arsenal, Leicester, Southampton, Liverpool. That's good, but I just think that we've got the more test. I mean, yeah, Champions League, they played Borussia Dortmund, but then Dortmund aren't the same without the man who literally beat them in Haaland. So I just think that. But yeah, we'll move on to Man United's midfield, which I really, really like it. Could be better. Let's hope we add maybe a De Jong in there, or a Singare, or a Lamar, whatever way I'm pronouncing his name. But yeah, but midfielders we have Bruno Fernandes, the man on form Eriksen, Fred, Casemiro, Facundo Palestri, who's more of a winger, and Donny van de Beek, Scott McTominay, Alejandro Garnacho, and Zidane Iqbal. Then forwards you have Charlie McNeil, Shola Shardire, Anthony Alanga, Jadon Sancho, Anthony, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, and Cristiano Ronaldo. So yeah, midfield isn't bad. I mean, I'm looking at Eriksen. He's definitely going to start tomorrow. I think he has to start tomorrow with that experience. His recent form as well has been second to none. It's been brilliant the way Eriksen's been playing these past few days, or these past couple of weeks with Manchester United and Denmark. My God, that man, what happened to him last year in the Euros, what he went through, then he went to Brentford, played well, then he came to... that man, he's just gotten better. We all thought, that's it, Eriksen's done, he's gone to retire, came back, and he's shown us that doesn't matter what happens to you in football, you can still put your heart and soul into the game and get the job done. That's what you can do. But yeah, head to head. We played 50 games each. So 17-24, which is 50 games each. I feel like I'm gonna make a stupid mess of myself now and feel like that's wrong, but I'm gonna listen. Hold on. Oh yeah, 50 games each, 17. So City beat us 7. So City 17 wins, Man United 24 wins, and we drew 9. There we go. I didn't see that part. I told you. I always make yourself look stupid. So head to head, we've won more games than City when we played each other. City with 17 wins, Man United with 24 wins and 9 draws. City with 9 home wins, Man United with 11 home wins. City 8 away wins, Manchester United 13 away wins. So if you're looking at that ain't bad. If you're still watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. It'd be much appreciated. Live tomorrow for the watch along. Not sure what time yet, but we'll let you know. Last time we played them at the Etihad, we lost 4-1. De Bruyne got 2 and Mahrez got 2. and Jadon Sancho only got the one for us, and that was such a bad game. That we played bad, very bad. I think was Ralph Rangnick the manager was at the time. I think so. I'm not too sure. I mean, again, if our team has improved, I won't lie to you, since last season. I mean, we had the Gea in goals, back four with Lindelof, Maguire, Tellez, Wan-Bissaka, midfield five with Fred, Pogba, Sancho, Alanga, and Scott McTominay. Bruno was our false nine that day because Ronaldo was out. So that's what you have to be. That's why I'm not. Then again, coming into tomorrow, City's team it's gotten stronger over the summer. Manchester United has. I mean, signings, yeah, they've been good, but our play style, I feel like our play style has improved. I really think our play style has improved. I think going into tomorrow's game, if you're Ten Hag, you're looking at, I mean, the Ball-Chester Derby is what many people are calling it. But yeah, it pretty is the Ball-Chester Derby all the same, isn't it? Yeah, it is the Ball-Chester Derby. You know, two managers who actually were managing Bayern Munich together. So do you know each other? I'm guessing Pep has improved his tactics since then, and so has Ten Hag, and the both of them have went and conquered. Ten Hag conquered Holland or the Netherlands with Ajax, and Pep conquered England, and obviously he did. He did well at Barcelona as well. So it's just, and Ten Hag, with Bayern as well and Ajax. So it's hard to know what to predict from tomorrow's game. Again, if I was going to be honest, end to end is what I'd like. I always say I hate when Manchester United have end to end football, and it's we have to take control of the game and blah 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 blah. Personally, if it was end to end football tomorrow, I just think Manchester United on the counter would do fairly well against Man City. Their defense is very weak. It's not weak, but the form in their back four isn't the best. Like they definitely you wouldn't say they'd have the best defense in the Premier League. One of the best defense on form. I mean, they had a great defense when we beat them 2-0 during COVID times with Bruno and Shaw, who got the 2 goals. But again, they always say to us, United fans, don't live in the past. So here we have it. But yeah, we're going to move in. We're going to talk a bit about Ten Hag's quotes in the press conference. We'll go through them quickly. So Ten Hag on Maguire says, I have to coach him and back him. I back him because I believe in him. I can see his qualities. Quality is there. Almost 50 caps for England. He has high potential. Then it is about him. We all believe in him. Ten Hag, you're probably the only man who believes in him. Not you. Gareth Southgate. I mean, I always, I remember saying it a while ago with Maguire plays bad for United and then goes to England and plays great. Played bad at United and England last week. I mean, listen. The reason why Maguire is still in the United team and who almost has 50 caps for England is because the 80 million price tag United bought him for. He's not even worth that much now. He's probably worth between 15 and 25 million pounds, if even. So I don't think we'll get Maguire back to his best. I think, right player at the wrong club, as Rahil said last week. But Ten Hag, who got Man of the Month, the Manager of the Month award, which, well done to him. Rightly, I think it was deserved. I mean, it was between the Bournemouth manager, caretaker manager, and Conte. So I think it was deserved. He says, what we achieved, we did it together. It says we're in the right direction. There's a lot of space for improvement. We have to. It says we are in the right direction, but have to work harder. So there we go. We got Manager of the Month award. Basically, what he's saying is we did it all as a team, not as an individual, and that's what I like. That's what I like about Ten Hag. Even when we win games, and as a fan, you're thinking, "Whoa, that's great." He still thinks we can do better. You're like, "How good can we get?" I thought that was our standard, but Ten Hag sees something good with this club. So yeah, Ten Hag confirms Harry Maguire's ruled out of Sunday's Manchester derby, and Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford are back in training. Now I think Martial and Rashford are crucial in a game like this. This is a game you don't. It's not like it's a game you need speed for, because City have speed and we need to have speed. And I think Martial and Rashford are crucial in a game like this. I just hope we can, Rashford, one player of the month as well. Well done to him. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it. I thought maybe I thought De Bruyne would have won it. I'm surprised Haaland didn't get in there, but it's the Premier League for stupid decisions as always. So, yeah, them being back, Maguire being out. Yeah, I think, as I said, if he was fully fit, he would have been on the bench. So, but Martial and Rashford, who are back in training and hopefully available for tomorrow, that's an interesting one now. And he also says Axel Tuanzebe and Brandon Williams are still long-term absentees. I think Brandon Williams and Tuanzebe will be gone soon enough. But yeah, so Ten Hag on the Manchester derby says, I approach this by looking at ourselves. Manchester United, we want to win. We want to win every game. The aim for Sunday is nothing else. We have to do our best, and of course, a good plan and the execution. He says, I have played many derbies. I know what they are, what the rivalry is, what they do with each other. I know it is the most important game in the Manchester area. He says, it excites me. You do everything to win the game. He also says, as I said earlier on, he says, we don't play against Haaland, we play against Man City. We are convinced of our capabilities. If we act as a team, then we can beat our opponents. That is the belief we need, and we need it even more Sunday. Wise man, isn't he? Ten Hag on players' mental health. He says, it is an aspect of top football. It is an aspect of our work. We set conditions for that. We also have experts about. I mean, yeah, listen, I know you look at players on the pitch and you're like, oh, they're just playing rubbish. You don't want to play for us. It's all in the head as well. It's all in the head. What's happening? You look at the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold with Liverpool. Hasn't been firing on all cylinders recently. Confidence is low. Ronaldo, I'm sick of people saying Ronaldo's finished. In that case, so is Trent. It's just confidence gone low. But I have no excuse for those players not playing to their best. But with the likes of Trent and Ronaldo, those players can play well, and that's why they will eventually be back, hopefully. So yeah, let's hope so. So Ten Hag, I'm working on that Pep Guardiola. He says no person is the same, so I have to stick by myself, and then I learn a lot from many in football. I admire him a lot. He is not only successful, but doing it in a certain way that attracts people to football. There's definitely no love between them. There's no, oh yeah, he's this, he's that. It's just he's not the only successful person. Is basically what he's saying. He's like, I can be successful, and this man is, so can I. Ten Hag asked about Guardiola's suggestion last season that he would have been a good fit at Man City. He says it's a nice compliment, but I'm 100% convinced. I chose Man United with everything in it, and I didn't regret it for 1 second. Now that's just what you love, and he didn't regret taking the job as Manchester United manager. Which, listen, if you probably ask a Ralph Rangnick or maybe a Solskjaer or a Mourinho or Van Gaal or ex-managers, they'd be like, I'm raging I took. Listen, I'm not saying he means it, but he's a man of many words, and that's what I love about him. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. City's weaknesses, very quick. Defense, pretty much. Our weaknesses, just our midfield. But if we keep going the way we have been, and add on to that, I feel like it's going to be an interesting one. Just pick the right team. My predicted 11 would be the 4-2-3-1 with the Hayton goals, back four of Malacia, Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez and Diogo Dalot. Midfield 2. Listen, a lot of people saying start Casemiro and Eriksen, or I don't know. Like, Tomlinson playing well, and I don't know. I'd like to see Casemiro start, but I just feel like you have to pick a player that knows City. knows what the game is all about. So I'm gonna go with Eriksen and McTominay in the midfield. Then we're gonna have on the left. Yeah, no, on the left, Marcus Rashford. On the right, Anthony. Cam, Bruno Fernandes, and up top, I think it'll be Cristiano Ronaldo up top. I hope it is. I mean, listen, is it a game that we sit back and beat them on the counter? Is it a game we need to have, a man like Ronaldo up top? Or do we go with Rashford striker? Or you have Martial back? But I think it'll be Ronaldo. But that could change. That's just my predicted 11. And I'm also going to go with Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. I think we're going to get the 3 points. Not just being biased. Take biased out of it. You just look at tomorrow's game. I'm not saying that because people thought Arsenal was going to beat us. We beat them. Liverpool, we beat them. Southampton, we beat them. It's something to do with that. It's totally nothing to do with that. I just think if you look at the players on international break, they've still put a shift in. And Ten Hag, he'll punch it into them. City have their weaknesses. Have they gotten tested so far this season? No. And I just have a good feeling about tomorrow's game. I really, really do. I haven't had that feeling in a while. I mean, it was probably about 5 the last time I had that feeling against Man City with good old Fergie. So, yeah, I'm predicting a 2-1 United win. And, listen, you might call me stupid. You might call me biased. But there are fans out there who think we're going to win 3-4-1. So, calm down. I'm predicting 2-1 United. Haaland's going to get a goal, isn't he? And I'm going to go with Rashford and... No, sorry. Do you know what I'm going to go with? Cristiano Ronaldo and Marcus Rashford. They're going to get the 2 goals. And Haaland from Manchester City. Let's hope I'm right. Let's hope we bring back the 3 points. Best luck to both teams, but I hope there's only one winner on the day. I mean, listen, if it's a draw, happy days, but I just want us to get the win. And I think we have that fight. We have more fight in us than we had in the last few seasons. So, yeah. That has been the Manchester United versus Manchester City preview. Hope you all enjoyed it. Follow all our socials, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button, share it around, comment your predictions and all that thoughts on the game. And watch along tomorrow. Make sure to look out at our Twitter page and Instagram to check the times for that. But thanks everybody for watching, and speak to you all in the next one. Peace.